Hey friends, this is Sarah and I am coming to you live from the school parking lot. I don't know, is my camera fuzzy? What's going on here? Hey Misha, how you doing? Guys, as you come in, give me a little shout out, say hey. If we don't know each other personally, let me know where you're from. And go give my page a like after we get off here, so that way you don't miss anything about what's going on and following my crazy journey from having a full-time job to not. So yesterday I turned in my letter of resignation for my full-time job where I work at a high school as an athletic trainer. And my biggest question from people today has been, where are you going? And I'm like, nowhere. I'm going nowhere. I'm going lots of different places, and it is so exciting for me to be able to share this journey with my friends this way, and with people that I know in person too, but just spreading that, I don't know, like, it's so anxiety ridden. And I guess I didn't let me tell you a little bit about why. Okay, so one of the reasons why I'm leaving is because of this empty parking lot behind me. This is like a rarity where I actually get to leave my job when it's still light outside. And I've been working as an athletic trainer since for 15 years now. I've worked at several different high schools, and I got into athletic training as a dancer. I never had any major injuries. I happened to meet the athletic trainer who worked at my high school. He's still there. Hey Bill, if you ever see this. But it was something that really appealed to me because I thought I could apply athletic training and what I do with athletes on the field to working with dancers. And that was something that I was passionate about. Dancing. Wasn't the best dancer. I was okay. I had the chance to dance in college a little bit in the beginning, and then, I just went with the athletic training after that. And, while I was in college, I kind of fell in love with the high school setting because I met my husband already. When I was 20, we got married as soon as I graduated. I was 22. So I didn't want to work at a college where I was going to be traveling on the weekends or taking long trips. We knew we wanted a family. And so I'd had a really great experience at Harrisonburg High School. They won the state championship for football that year. And it was just such an enjoyable time that, I said, high school's been a great place. I'm gonna work at a high school. Like, I'm gonna find a high school to work at. We moved to New Jersey for a year, and then my husband hurt his back 5 months after we were married. Herniated some discs. Hey Karen, how you doing? And his back injury really kind of changed probably the course of our marriage and our life, because it went from, we were both good income earners to that point, and then over the course of the next 5, 6, 7 years, I don't even remember how long it was, Brian had back surgery when we were in the hospital for our 3rd anniversary. We had moved back to Virginia, and it really changed kind of how I made my decisions, because I didn't know when he was going to be able to go back to work. I didn't know what he was going to be able to do. And I said, okay, well, high school's worked so far. I actually went to grad school after he hurt his back. And then when I got out of grad school, I said, okay, well, high school's been good. If I can get a job at a high school, I'll do that, because we were living in the middle of nowhere, Virginia. And there weren't any dance companies to work with in the middle of Virginia. Now, if I had gone a little further to Richmond, or, if we had gone and that was part of the reason why we decided to go to New Jersey. It was going to be a good place for him to work as a chef, and then it was going to be, being close to New York, I could really, potentially have, I wanted to work my way into working with dancers, and it didn't happen. So here's what happened. Life happened, and I got responsible, which, everybody would applaud you for, right? So, get the job. I have always carried our health insurance. So, like, me thinking about leaving my job, and this is not a new thing, this is not a this year thing, this has been like for the past 2.5 years kind of thing, is I can't leave my job. We won't have any health insurance. Like, what are we going to do for health insurance? And you know what? we're just gonna figure it out, because there are millions of Americans who have had to figure it out too. And you know, we both have pre-existing health conditions with his back injuries and my narcolepsy, and like, we're just gonna figure it out. Hey Lindsay, hey Jane. And I just, you know, I want to be able to provide what my family needs. I want to provide for my family. But hey Julie, but I need to take care of me. And I'm a crier, I'm gonna warn you. This is just, I love athletic training. I love doing what I do as an athletic training and working with athletes and getting them back to the field. But when I took a job where I work from 2 p.m. to 9, 10, 11 at night, I took a lot away from me too, and God will provide, and I know that because He's been opening those doors all along. And so, you know, when I worked those hours, it was great. When the kids were little, like, I'd have the morning shift with the kids, we'd do the parking lot exchange, and you know, Brian would take the kids in the afternoon, and he still is. He's an incredible dad. He gets them off the bus, he does the sports practices, he does so much. He does better than I do about getting them in bed, because he's probably got them close to getting in bed already, and for me it would be like, oh, it's 8 o'clock, let's start getting ready for bed. But as they got older and life changes, like, I feel like I love to grow, I love to learn, I love to have new experiences, and I've always worked in the same setting as an athletic trainer. I've always worked at a high school. I've never had a single job that has not been as a high school athletic trainer until just this past year, where I started working some tournaments on the weekends. Well, if I'm working from 2 to 10 p.m. on a daily basis, I get to see my kids for 1 hour during the day. I get to see them from the time we wake up, we rush through homework and breakfast and getting dressed and getting out the door, but I walk them into the school to be able to have those few extra moments with them. And the fact that George will still hold my hand on the way to his kindergarten classroom, hey Terry, and you know, that just, it's not enough for me. I want to be there for their practices. I want to be there for more of what they're doing. I want to take that pressure off of Brian. I want him to be able to build his business. We own a coffee shop, and we want to expand that too. So, you know, I can't do that from 35 miles away and working, you know, and after kind of a second shift job. And I've found something that is allowing me to do that. So there are a few things that I'm going to be doing. I'm gonna be working my butt off on the weekends. Like, there are gonna be some weekends where I work 36 or 48 hours, and I might be traveling away from my family for 2 or 3 days at a time. But I'm gonna have those other 5 days home with them. And I have the opportunity to work with a physician in his office that is also quite a distance from my home, but it's a new learning experience. It is a new chance for me to take what I know as an athletic trainer, apply it in a different setting, learn from the people that are in that office and working in that office. And then it's also going to give me the opportunity to spend more time here working with the people that I've grown to love and enjoy spending time with here through my phone. Like, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, we couldn't do this. And the fact that I can meet somebody across the country in, you know, my friend Amanda, or reconnect with a college, somebody I had one class with in college, and to say yes to, sure, I'll figure out, what's a Beachbody coach? I don't know what Beachbody is. I don't know what a Beachbody coach does, but like, hey, it sounds fun. I like you. Let's try it out. You know, it took just taking a decision to do something different for me with my health. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Christy. And it has really just turned my mind and my life upside down. And, I'm just running with it right now, and I just love that it's exciting. And guess what? I'm gonna go dance again. And this is the part that's gonna make me cry, and this is why I know it's so right for me to be doing this, because I love seeing everybody's in a few weeks, everybody's gonna be putting their pictures of their little girls up on stage at their dance recitals, and thank you, Melissa, that means so much, thank you. people are gonna be putting up their pictures of their little girls at dance recitals, and I'm going, oh, I had boys, you know, like, but you know what, I don't even want to have little girls up on the stage. I still want to be on stage, and I want to go finally work with dancers, and I want to go down to, you know, the studio in town and say, hey, can I help your athletes, your dancers? I want to be in that arena again, and that's why I know it's so right, because that's where my heart is, and I've missed it for a really long time. I probably should have known back when I was in college and the first Christmas season that I didn't get to do the Nutcracker, and when I took, you know, I still took dance classes when I was in college, and that class when she put on the Nutcracker music, and hey Carrie, she put on that music, and the tears just started flowing down my face, because it was the first year that I wasn't performing. And thank you, Colleen, that means a lot. But dance has always been in my heart, and it's been kind of it's my soul, where it is my happiest place on earth. And wow. I just love being able to share that. If you put your eggs in a lot of baskets, I'll rock. Thank you, Marianne. You know what? There's so much that we can offer the world without, like, am I value where I am? Absolutely. I know I'm a great athletic trainer. I'll just say it, you know? I love what I do what I do well, and I want to make sure that there is an awesome person here taking my place next year. But for me to be the best person that I can be for my family and for myself, and to make a difference. Hi Ashley, how are you doing? I need to give myself that opportunity to get back in the darn dance studio, and I can't do that when I'm working from 2 to 10 p.m. I don't know where the dance is really gonna fit, but you know what? I've got some opportunities lined up where I can get out and meet more people, and I am just so excited about that, and I'm excited to share that journey with you. And I want to thank those of you who have been with me on the journey already, and my team. And hi Kimber, I miss you, but I'll be able to come like hang out with you after school next year. Like, how cool is that? Somebody in Conway Faulkner said, so we'll get to see you more than 4 times a year. And I'm like, isn't that a novel idea? Like, I live in one place, I work in another, and it's like I don't exist in either one of those places right now, and I want to. And I'm gonna be in the coffee shop, you know, I don't know how often, or, you know, is it gonna be a few mornings a week? We don't know exactly what it looks like right now, but we're trusting. I've been talking about this for a long time with people, and it was so scary to make that decision, to say, I really think this is the right thing for me to do. A team trip to watch your favorite dancer. Kelly, you know, my thoughts are we just take a team trip to New York and like go see all the shows that we want to. Hi Sarah, thank you. And you know what, I want all my athletic training friends to know that they have somebody that they can call, you know, as a sub, and there's just so much opportunity available. My profession as an athletic trainer is still growing. There are a lot of opportunities out there, and you know what? I want to pave the way for all the athletic trainers who feel like they're stuck kind of where they're at, and to realize that we can go out and we can do other things, and you know, we can really figure out, like, you know, I got into athletic training because I wanted to help dancers, and you know what? It might be 15 years later, but I'm gonna do it. And it's not even 15 years later, it's 15 years after I graduated college, and it's 20 years after I decided that that's what I wanted to do when I grew up. And I still haven't done it yet, so I'm gonna go do it. And I want to thank those of you who have been here with me, and those of you who are, you know, we're still plowing through. But you know what? It's been the opportunity for me of having become a part of Team Beachbody and coaching and enjoying helping people reach their health and fitness goals, because that's what turned me around. Getting back into having that goal for myself, that personal goal, it broke my shell down. there was a big shell that had built up around me, and I didn't have any more goals, and I didn't know what was next, and that opened the door for me. And I will forever be grateful for Megan for sending, you know, putting up that post that I saw about chocolate Shakeology dip with apples. Thank you guys for listening and sharing in my story, and enjoy the ride, because it's not going to end anytime soon, I'm sure. So have a great evening. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.